Our project is conceived as a hybrid ecosystem where art, culture, and well-being come together in the Fulton district, responding to disconnection and lack of social infrastructure with a new model of urban living that heals, inspires, and reconnects people with nature and community.
A challenge at the site was the lack of vibrant public life and the perception of insecurity, primarily due to the scarcity of accessible public green spaces and the presence of urban voids and abandoned buildings. Our design strategy directly addresses this through 4 core pillars of our collective manifesto: back to the human being, biophilic mania, walking city, the right of housing. These holistic frameworks fundamentally question how architecture can become the most powerful tool for well-being.
The intervention begins with a commitment to preservation and adaptive reuse. Through careful analysis, we identified 2 key historical structures, the former Salvation Army and the Rehabilitation Building, as the anchors bearing the highest architectural and social memory, which established the primary programmatic nodes. There was a strategic subtraction of smaller adjacent buildings which disrupted permeability and offered limited programmatic value. By consolidating their few viable functions into the 2 main Atlr volumes, we were able to fully liberate the ground plane. This pivotal action allowed us to implement the central design element, a high-density park. This green nucleus immediately responds to human and environmental needs, providing accessible public space and biophilic elements. This strategy successfully establishes a powerful hybrid ecosystem where housing, hospitality, and public space coexist, transforming the site into a definitive hub of art, culture, and community.
Our green strategies maximize the ecological value of the liberated ground plane and building rooftops. This includes green roof gardens and an urban productive garden at the top of the Atlr residential building, supporting local biodiversity and food production. Central to this is a high-density park of native and caducifolious and perennifolous species. Beyond providing accessible public space, its dense vegetation acts as a vital acoustic buffer against surrounding avenues and is founded on a commitment to soil regeneration. This multi-layered green infrastructure drastically mitigates the urban heat island effect, enhancing thermal comfort across the hub.
Our blue strategies established a resilient and closed-loop water management system. We employ sunken rain garden in the restaurant zone and incorporate evaporative fountains to passively cool the environment during hot months. Crucially, we implement rainwater harvesting across the rooftops to collect and store water from the irrigation of all park areas and the supply the seasonal ice skating rink. Finally, a dedicated system for grey water treatment ensures that all water from the building is recycled and reused, significantly minimizing our demand on municipal resources and reinforcing the hub's commitment to water sustainability.
The creation of this central green nucleus is a direct response to a critical urban need, addressing the increasing trend toward privatized spaces and amenity access conditioned by socioeconomic class. To counteract this, the design is anchored in seasonal adaptation, ensuring that the park remains vibrant, safe, and truly democratic year-round, resisting the obsolescence that plagues single-use areas during Chicago's extreme climate shifts. We incorporated several interactive circular modules, each defined by a duality that maximizes utility. These spaces include the sculptural fountain, which welcomes visitors year-round and becomes an iconic winter sculpture, the amphitheater, which transforms from stepped seating and a forum into a seasonal ice skating rink in the colder months, the Green Pavilion, which adapts by incorporating a central fire pit to create a protected microclimate, ensuring it remains at a vital gathering spot during extreme cold. The Sensory Garden, with a higher vantage point of a unique experience whose slopes adapt for winter sledding. The children's play areas with monkey bars and other play structures that also adapt for winter play. In terms of circulation, the park incorporates ground-level pedestrian paths and a perimeter running and cycling track that reinforces our walking city commitment. Finally, a pedestrian ramp is integrated, creating an elevated walkway that reconnects the ground floor to the building's level 1, enhancing permeability and offering a higher perspective of the entire hub.
The material strategy preserves the site's originally industrial elements, which are complemented by new materials of the same character. However, to ensure visual cohesion, key alterations were necessary. most notably the significant facade redesign of Atlr residential building.
The transformation of the former Salvation Army building into Atlr Hospitality is centered on preserving its status as a recognized community anchor to become the main destination of the project. The interior retains the main structural grid. New elevators were added and internal walls were strategically incorporated to maximize programmatic flexibility and introduce new hotel programs. The intervention of the iconic facade remains minimal, preserving its character while incorporating subtle green balconies.
Public amenities include a restaurant with a direct connection to the park, a cafe, a top-level bar, and a rooftop garden that offers the best views of the Chicago skyline. Finally, a gym, a spa, and a co-work zone exclusive to the hotel guests. The artist-focused amenities include a flexible boutique market created with a multi-purpose furniture that offer the possibility to create workshops that host artistic activities. Conferences are divided by rotating whiteboards that serve as both adaptable partitions and vertical display, as well as long-stay artists' private studios. This layered approach ensures that the building functions as a social nexus, balancing tourism and hospitality with community engagement and creative commerce.
The Atlr residential building's primary function is to provide housing for artists, offering apartments and a co-living floor, which is subsidized by the revenue generated from the wider project. The transformation involved a significant redesign that aimed to reinterpret its industrial character while enhancing verticality. We achieved this by incorporating larger windows with the existing brick frameworks and extending the vertical emphasis to the rooftop additions. The internal structure was retained, but major slab modifications created double-height spaces for key programs.
The amenities are strategically categorized to serve both artists and the public. Public amenities located on the lower levels include an expansive gym, a snack bar which serves the amphitheater and the cinema, and the central recreation area and lobby, designed to foster community among residents and visiting creatives, reinforcing the building's function as a hub. The artist-focused amenities specifically include multiple co-working studios integrated across floors, and other publicly accessible amenities, including a dedicated arts public library and a cinema. This layered approach ensures that the building not only provides housing but actively sustains the hub's ecosystem of art, community, and engagement.
Our work confirms that true urban health is achieved when we design to heal, to inspire, and to sustain the soul of its people. Because ultimately, if the city is a canvas, the resident must be the masterpiece.